Candy podcast. This is episode 955, and I am starting us out because we had some, like an incident, a scurrying incident, an incident that was possibly so traumatic that we forgot to record an entire intro to this episode. So here we are doing that, and, sorry for the weird intro, but not sorry because hilarious scurrying is like so on brand for Brain Candy, and I know you guys are going to think it's funny. So without further ado, episode 955 and some chaos and scurrying. Oh no. I hope I don't have a rat or a mouse.
Obviously, I had to start recording. What are you hearing?
Scurrying.
Okay.
Or it's raining. But rain doesn't sound like that. Mouse, are you in there?
That's hilarious. Or it's day-to-day precipitation.
Oh no.
What is it?
I mean, I don't hear anything now, but I
keep one ear off though.
Okay.
Because you don't want to be blindsided for real. I mean,
well, the door's shut. It's not. It's like
what door?
I have a door. So where I record, there's a door that goes to what is essentially like the attic, it's where I have like a storage space.
Yeah.
And my heater and furnace and all that water, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the roof of 3 apartments.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything, but it's where a rat or a mouse would be. And I swear to God, if it's in my sleeping bag.
Oh my God, your sleeping bag? That's so specific.
Because it's like a storage, big storage space, and with those down sleeping bags, when you want to store them. You don't want to store them all like bunched up. You want to store them like on a like a clothes rack, like open, like hanging.
Okay.
So I don't know, but that would be if I were a mouse. Where I'd
yeah, they love that. That's how my Barbies got ruined. Oh. I mean, for real.
What
they
else
loved
could
all
that
their
have
clothes.
Been? I know. God damn it.
Wait, I can't hear you.
I said, I just am talking. I don't know. I'm talking
What'd
to
you
myself.
say?
I said, what else could that have been? And then you made a face, and then I said, I know. And then I said, God damn it.
Well, I mean,
I think it's okay. I'm going to pretend
I had
like
a
it's
similar
okay.
problem the other day. I offered a bounty of $5 to anyone in the house, including Lincoln and his friends or Adam, whoever, who could.
I love the idea of Adam working for $5.
Whoever can identify the smell that I was smelling.
Oh, yeah. My mom used to play that game with us too. When you got somebody who has a sniffer in the house and they smell a smell, but you don't know where this. Yep. Okay. So what happened?
Well, Adam won, and the way that he won was by being like, because this was in like our utility closet with our cleaning stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, I did put like a mouse trap up in the ceiling.
He won by backtracking in his own
by
mind.
knowledge of his own behavior.
Right.
And it's like, do you not smell that? There were 5. It was a big one. It was a big trap. It wasn't just like a.
Dude, I'm not okay. Do I have to set a trap? Dude, being a homeowner it's not worth it. Rent.
For real, Sarah.
This is worth it.
I would get a trap before I did nothing.
Well, I'm going to not do, and you know what the annoying thing is I was totally thinking like, all right, it's the time of year where we switch all of the summer clothes to winter clothes, do that whole thing. And so it's time to get back there. And the good news is everything I own is in plastic bins. I don't use so they're all in plastic. They can't get in there.
No, those are pretty good.
Yeah. They're all with the locking top because I'm no fool. I made that mistake. Have you ever got the cheap ones that don't have the locking top and then you go to lift them up? You know the big plastic tubs, like the big bins? Is there anything worse?
Because it's like a mice mansion.
Well, and just like, like you're going to store Christmas decorations or whatever. You probably have never done this because you always are like, no, I'll get the right one. But us penny pinchers over here, us frugal frannies are like, oh, let me take
the system.
Yeah, let me get the bin that's cheaper to save an extra buck.
Is it the clear ones?
Yeah, it's the clear ones, but there's two options for lids. There's the snap locking lids, and then there's the basically just
open
rest on top. You might as well. It's the equivalent of when you go to a drink or when you go to the bathroom and you put the coaster over the top. Like that's going to be like the don't roofie me, right? Like if they really wanted to, they wouldn't just lift up that lid. Like it's that. It is the storage equivalent of that.
Stupid.
It's insane.
So stupid. Why do we do it?
Why do we think that is a good idea? I wasn't planning on talking about this. This was not on my list.
I'm sorry.
Not on the list of things to talk about, but hilarious nonetheless, because I was thinking today, we were recording earlier, because, we record 2 episodes. And I gave you some of my best material.
Did you?
I don't know what the heck we were talking about in the beginning of that episode, but I was like, Love is Blind. I was like, it's always Love is Blind. Not like I was planning on talking about that, but I was like, I wonder if I have any I was just thinking before we were recording this, do I have any fun little anecdotes, little things to share, little moments in my life? And then the universe provides, as it always does.
Well,
with sounds of scurrying.
Well, true, but I was going to talk about my MRI experience on the last one.
Please. Oh my gosh, please. Yes, I want to hear. Okay, but before you tell me about that, I want to tell all of our listeners about what I've been using because, the seasons are changing. And when the seasons change, so does my skin. That disgusting dry air that just causes, the worst skin. I have a solution, guys. Meet OneSkin, the first skin longevity company founded by a groundbreaking team of female PhDs in the skin regeneration, stem cell biology, and tissue engineering field. Yes, hello, we love that. Smart ladies putting their brains to good use to give us fantastic, fabulous skin. They were not impressed. Fantastic, fabulous skin. They were not impressed by the promise of the anti-aging industry, and so they created something real. They created this patented OS1 peptide, the first ingredient scientifically proven to target sentient cells, the root cause of wrinkles, crepiness, and loss of elasticity. We hate all of those things. And unlike most products, OneSkin goes deeper beyond the surface to treat skin aging at the source. I have now been using OneSkin for, 3 years now, and I love it because it has simplified my skincare routine, but it is still super effective and really works. And so this season, give your skin what it truly needs. Science-backed renewal that works on a cellular level. OneSkin, because aging isn't natural, but how you age is up to you. So this season, don't just moisturize. Support your skin at the cellular level with OneSkin. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off by using the code BRAINCANDY at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code BRAINCANDY. After your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them, and please help support our show and tell them we sent you. Try OneSkin today. Your skin will thank you. All right, Suze, now let's hear all about this MRI.
Okay. So
did you talk about on here have we done that on here yet, or did you and I talk about that? About the Superman arms?
No.
Okay.
No.
See, I ruined it.
Well, so what they knew was last time we recorded, the next day I was getting the MRI.
Okay. I never know what's on here or not.
And then you said you're getting an MRI
and
whatever. Okay. So Suze and Sarah have had
Susan and Sarah get their MRIs.
We are old gals, and we have medical
ailments. Yeah.
And so I had my MRI to check my breasts, and you had yours for your fingy. All right. Well, baby's first panic attack happened.
I'm not laughing at you, I promise.
I mean,
oh, God! Of course, that is going to happen.
why are you saying that?
Because there's 1,000 things to be
Sarah
anxious
and
about.
Susan's law.
Yeah, and because if you were we talk about like the stress tank, like how full is that, and like at a certain point, you're at panic attack. I've got to explode, and you. If we look at all the things in that tank, an MRI alone fills it like halfway up, and then you add everything else, all the other bullshit of life.
For real,
it doesn't. And that just the noise. Please.
Yeah. Really? We put a man on the moon. We have silent Teslas, but we have created a nightmare machine to diagnose us.
Nightmare machine.
Okay. Great work, doctors. Sarah, for real. Teslas are silent.
It is. Okay. And true or not true, you could absolutely feel it pulsing into your body.
For
real. Oh, that doesn't seem right.
I'm lucky to be alive.
It doesn't seem okay. I thought about you the whole time. I had it in my hand, and I was like, I came out, I'm like, should I have felt that, like, deep penetration into my hand? And she goes, yeah, a lot of people feel that. I go, what? I thought about my friend Susie getting her boobies MRI'd, feeling that in your chest, panic attack inducing.
And then they're like, hey, can you breathe shallower? Oh, sure. During my panic attack, coming right up, hookers. I'll tell you what, next time, drunk. I'm going in drunk.
I was going to say that. Okay, but you need to tell them why that's even funny.
Yeah, okay. So here's what's going on. Okay, so I go in for this boob thing. I'm on my front. Breasts hanging through a hole.
Wait, I have to know, was it 2 individual holes or a single hole?
It was medium because it was like divots where it was like boob shaped.
I don't know why.
Like it's not just like one bar. It was like
I know.
In and out.
Okay.
And they're like, you put the breasts in there. They act like it's not weird. So then I'm
picturing those sundae cups. You know those sundae bowls where they put like 2 scoops in?
Yeah,
and it's like
that.
Okay, my mind is giving me the right image.
My breasts.
Okay.
And then put your arms out front like Superman.
Terrible.
And on the paperwork leading up to it, it said a half hour. That's not pleasant, but like, okay. I actually thought that's half an episode. It's like 3 stories.
Yeah. It's funny when you think in those
in episodes.
Yeah. I think in sessions. Okay. 50-minute session. That's like half a session. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I don't have claustrophobia or anything. So I wasn't concerned about like
we went over this, right?
Yeah.
We reviewed. You got it.
Mm-hmm. But then I started losing feeling in that arm. And she had told me to breathe more shallow and that deep breaths were out of order.
That's crazy. Could you hear her talking to you?
She would get on the microphone.
Yeah.
And they had given me that ball in my hand. Did you have a ball?
Yeah, but I think that is the page them ball. Right?
That's right.
Okay, yeah. But it also kind of looks like the thing that's a blood pressure cuff inflator.
Yeah, it does, Sarah. And you know what else?
Why does it look like that?
Tell me if they did this to you. They were like giving me that ball for like, hey, if you have an emergency, if there's some sort of sitch, we can't really hear you. It's very loud because this machine is not a Tesla. And so you're going to have to squeeze this guy to alert us that there's a problem. And in my mind, a woman's mind, that means that's what you squeeze if you're dying.
Right. Right.
I learned after that people squeeze that fucking thing if they have an itch.
I was not given that that kind of.
What they say to you, they don't want you to squeeze it.
They don't, because you know what else she wanted me to do? Get it over with fast. I told her, well, first say everything about yours, and then I'm going to use.
No, I want to know what they said to you about that ball.
Well, I told her how long yours took, and she goes, because I said, it's because this could be like an hour, right? And she said, no, 7 minutes.
That is great.
And I thought, well, I can handle 7 minutes.
Problem.
But she said 7 minutes depending on if you hold still enough. Like if you're working with me.
Oh, now it's on you.
Yes, it was like that. It was like 7
Carol.
minutes if it was not 7 minutes.
This is what they do. They want it to be your problem. All I did was breathe. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I think it's a miracle that I had a full-blown panic attack and did not squeeze that ball.
Maybe it's like one of those things like you focused more and you were like more
It did
still
feel like that.
Because the panic, you know.
It did feel like that. That then your body starts shutting down.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's what it
poor
felt
thing.
like was happening.
That's awful. With your being like simultaneously being like felt up, which is very exposing
And when I came out of that thing, they were like, "How did it go?" And I was like, "I didn't love it." And they were like, "Oh, what?" And
they were very casual with me.
Yeah, because it's their real normal life.
I know, and they see it every day. And the only times we talk about MRIs is when somebody got chopped in half when they went in there too soon.
With their Mr. T necklace.
Yes.
I said, "You ladies, tell me, how many people squeeze that ball?"
Oh, what'd they say?
She goes, "Do you mean like where they are having a panic attack and they need to stop? Or do you mean if they have an itch?"
Oh.
I was like, "Excuse me?" Some people squeeze that ball if they have an itch.
She didn't like that though. Right?
Like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Oh, gosh.
That I could have stopped this nightmare at any point just for a sec.
I hate that.
Now I know those suckers. Well, and guess what? They're going to see me again because I got my results and they were like, "Hey, can you come back?" And do it all over? Inconclusive.
It's literally, Susie goes, I go, "How was it?" She goes, "Well, it's the worst case scenario." And I go, "It's fine and they're not going to take much?" She goes, "No, second worst case scenario. I have to do it again." What? I
couldn't tell if there was a rupture and I have to do it again.
That is the worst.
The only worst
they couldn't tell with my finger either, so.
Wait, you got yours?
Yeah, and they couldn't tell. They can't tell.
I think MRIs are dumb.
I have to go back in to do another test, a blood circulation test.
What are you saying to me right now?
That they weren't able to.
What did it say?
They said that they weren't able to see any of the ruptures in that area or tears in that area, but they're sending it to somebody else to take a closer look. And then they're sending me to another place to get blood flow stuff done. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like to check the blood flow.
I want to see if any of you have had an MRI where they're like, "Guess what? We got the best results ever."
Right, conclusive, right? Like, what is a good... And I knew I was doing a bad job. I knew I was bad. I knew it. I was like,
Sarah was like...
I was, because yes, I was basically signing. Yeah, like, no, I was thinking the whole time about you having a panic attack in there, which then gave me like placebo effect panic attack. Like, I was like, and then they put me in the Superman position as well.
Yeah, why would you need to be in
because
that?
They needed one arm up, and then they put my hand under all these weights to keep it still.
Oh, wow.
And then they told me that I could rest, and I'll rest on my other arm. And then she goes, do you want a pillow to rest on? I go, no, I'm fine. Why the fuck did I say no, I'm fine? I needed a pillow to rest on. The whole time
head.
I was like, trying to move my head and neck in some position. I had like my face in the mat.
It shouldn't be dependent upon that. We are alive.
I did a terrible, and the whole time I was like, she's hates me right now. I'm moving.
Yeah, well, I hate her too
much.
I want to talk to her.
Other things I would like to point out. Maybe it's because of the recent episode we did about MRIs and we learned about them. But maybe we learned just enough to be dangerous, because there was another woman in there with me who was also getting one done at the same time, who had back problem, not like the same time, but she was like putting on her little scrubs to go. No, it was like she was next in line or whatever. She was going, whatever. But I was getting dressed as she was having her like consultation and sitting in like the little waiting room and talking to the nurse lady. And, she said she had gotten multiple, and the woman comes out and she goes, oh, I've seen you. Yeah, I remember. You've been here a lot, huh? Yeah, I'm getting another MRI on my back, blah, blah, blah. And she was like the frequent flyer. I'm like, I could tell these women are like annoyed with her.
She can't get enough of these MRIs.
And meanwhile, I'm like terrified. I'm like, did I forget a bobby pin? What if I did? What if my hair rips out? I was thinking about every single fucking thing that could be on my body. Panicked before I go in there.
Yeah.
This woman is like ready to go in as I'm like getting dressed. And the nurse or whoever tech says, do you always wear those bracelets when you go in? Do you want to take your bracelets off? You mean to tell me you get multiple MRIs and you didn't think I got to take? And she goes, oh yeah. I'll take these off. No problem. What? Why are we? What? Help me make that make sense, Suze. Why is everybody else so casual? Then I go in there when it was my turn. I go in there with they say like, oh, wear your shoes in there. So I go in there with my Birkenstocks on. Birkenstocks, in my mind, metal clip, buckle.
Yeah.
You'd think not allowed in that room, right? I don't know how the fuck it works, because
I was allowed to wear shoes in mine.
I just kicked off those shoes right next to the machine and then got in like Superman, and my shoes are sitting right there.
Okay. Well, Sarah, think about what that jewelry that guy had been wearing.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I think it was murder, because I think she somehow that wife was like, why would you go? Why would you? It seems like it's almost difficult for things to get attached. Because I was asking her, I'm like, do I have to worry about like? I was telling her in the therapist-y, like, don't worry, I'm in charge of my own thoughts kind of way, where I'm like, oh, my crazy brain is telling me that I just had surgery and a doctor left a staple in there and that's going to get sucked from my body. But that's crazy, right? Because that would never happen. My crazy brain. I'm saying it like that.
I'm silly goose.
Right? I'm like, I'm so silly for that. That's ridiculous. What kind of idiot would think that? And, and she goes, oh yeah, and all the material that they use is titanium and non-metal. And I go, okay, I feel better, feeling better already. And then I'm just thinking, what happened to that dude?
I'm telling you what. If it were really like a bobby pin is a problem,
they would have patted me down. Nobody even
go through a metal detector.
Dude, nobody even questioned, and they didn't even talk to me about my tattoos at all, which I was expecting to get hot. And they didn't. I was expecting something to happen, and
they scared me about that,
dude. But then I had my estrogen patch on, and they go, "No, we got to take that off because it'll get hot."
That's what will make it.
Estrogen patch.
R.I.P. Sarah.
Basically a sticker, and this lady's wearing her bangles. Make it make sense. I don't know what's up and what's down.
I need answers.
I don't know anything anymore. I have no idea. So this is one of those things where like I don't know how things work. You know how what I say about people who are scared of microwaves, like actually don't understand how microwaves work, and like we're fine.
Yes.
This feels like I'm a microwave, like fear person, where I'm like,
no, it doesn't, because
this feels like it's doing something to my body, and I'm like, I definitely felt that, and that can't be good.
But that's the thing. It's sort of like, oh, bangles are fine, but like this sticky patch is like, uh-oh. Right. And maybe you could just tell us.
Yeah, I want to know, because is this like the shoes at the airport with TSA, and then they were like, oh, actually, it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, they're giving us soda cans on an airplane, which to me is like, might as well give people machetes.
I do love your obsession with soda cans.
Because when you have you accidentally bent a soda can and it breaks and cut your finger on that? That thing is like a weapon when it doesn't need to be, when you don't even mean for it to be.
Yeah, it seems like just an accident waiting. It's an AWH.
It's an AWH. I'm telling you. I was enjoying, I have one of our yoga mats and I love them so much. By the way, if you love the Brain Candy Podcast, you should definitely go to thebraincandypodcast.com and check out the candy, what do we call it? Candy store? Yeah. Even though I think we should call it the candy shop. I say that all the time. It's always been my
it's getting
hill I'm going to die on, but whatever. Okay. My complaint for our show.
I didn't know you felt that way.
Yeah, I said it a long time ago, and then I was like, we've got bigger things to worry about. And that was like 10 years ago.
Don't you call it a candy store? You call it a candy shop?
Yeah, but I say like the 50 Cent song, I'll take you to the candy shop.
Oh.
Now
you're speaking my language.
So I like the candy shop, makes me remember it. But if you go there, you can get our amazing yoga mat that I love. Really nice. And I was doing some yoga on it the other day, and I was looking at how we have a little like thought bubble on there that says AWH, or like the cactus is saying AWH, and I'm like, that's a solid. If you know, you know, and that's a solid thing to live by. Like,
I feel that way too about Relief Band.
Oh, don't get me started. I could talk about Relief Band because it's like magic.
It is like magic.
And if you're a nauseous lady or gentleman,
if you feel
they or them,
if you're what do they say?
Human?
Guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Oh, I like that. That's cute.
If you're any of those, you will love this, because everyone gets nauseous sometimes, whether it's like morning sickness, hangovers,
car sickness, motion sickness. Yep.
And this thing, you just wear it. It's a bracelet. It would be beautiful, but not in an MRI machine. And it will solve that problem for you. And I don't really know how they do it, but there are 0 side effects. It's super safe. It's all science. And it feels like it couldn't be real, but it is. You just wear it around your wrist.
Bada bing, bada boom. There you go.
And you're not sick anymore. You get relief from nausea. 100% drug-free. Sarah's been using it for car sickness for ages. I've used it for...
and I tell you, I try to put it to the test. I've tried. I don't know why I felt like this was a thing. This is like a little bit of that like rebel in me that's like, you claim that it's 100% satisfaction. We'll see. So I'm like, okay, curviest road in Denver or Colorado. Let me read. No problem.
Wow, that's awesome though.
Yeah,
because it sucks when you're on a road trip and you can't read.
Yeah. It'll make the car ride go by way faster if you just do that experiment the whole time.
It's science, but it feels like magic. If you want to cure your nausea from whatever is causing it, and do so fast, join the hundreds of thousands of people who are nausea-free with Relief Band. Right now, we've got an exclusive offer just for Brain Candy listeners. If you go to reliefband.com and use promo code Brain Candy, you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping. So head to reliefband.com and use our promo code Brain Candy for 20% off plus free shipping. And then if you forget that, you can go to thebraincandypodcast.com. That's where all of our candy codes live. And that's how we stay on the air. And my God, can you imagine either one of us getting like a proper job?
No. Or just, could you imagine not having Brain Candy episodes to listen to?
Either
What?
way.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't even remember what we were talking about that I was so passionate about. Oh, MRIs. That's right.
MRIs. I'm mad. I got to do it again.
Yes.
And I'm not going to have that happen again.
No.
I'm all right now. That was like, I was
Yeah, you're
going to
be okay.
at that time.
And you know about, you can listen to music now.
Yeah, I can, but I'm also like, I feel like you and I are similar in the sense that like, once we get some more info and like,
Oh, yeah.
whatever, then I'm like, fuck you. I am never, ever
You don't
gonna
want to
squeeze that fucking ball and you can go fuck yourself for
It
torturing
becomes
me.
like yes.
And now
badge
I'm
of
like
honor.
mad.
Yeah.
I really am because it was so
get it.
unnecessary and it was so stupid. Now I'm going back and those whores are going to be like, oh, not her again.
You're going to be great. And they don't think that.
They
I
were
promise
sweet. They
you.
were very
Here's
sweet.
what I want you to remember with like medical stuff like that. There's always somebody who's a worse complainer than you. You are
and
not
that's the
the
thing.
worst.
We don't complain. I
We
didn't
don't.
complain at all.
And I'm telling you, that lady who came in after me, annoying, worst.
Bracelets?
And you know what? Yeah, bracelet gal. And I know she was in pain. I know that I'm sure, but I think she could have had the doctor slip her a placebo and she would have been better.
The old sugar pill. Can you imagine like going in for an MRI instead? No thanks.
No, I don't want that. Yeah,
No.
it's kind of like the first time I had a cavity and I was like, yep, I'm flossing every day. Got it. Buying the water
Totally.
pick, totally sold. Yep, that's all I needed. One time of doing
100%.
that. I'd never want that again for the rest of my life. Done. Okay, I have some fun stuff to tell you today, and probably some depressing stuff because that's how this always goes, right? But this first story is cute. Farmers in parts of England, notably Somerset, noticed that their cows mooed with accents.
Yeah.
Cows
I've read about this.
in one region sound different than cows in another. The farmers there were like, okay, hang on a sec. We have the same cow. It's the same kind of cows. And we went from over here to over there, different part of England, where, yes, the dialect has changed in people. Cows are mooing different. So, of course, animal behaviorists and linguists looked into this idea.
They're psyched.
They are psyched because guess what? There is supporting evidence for this, that cows' vocalizations do vary based on the environment, their social group, and it's very similar to how our speech patterns change.
Yeah.
But then there's always so this study was it was a while back. This was in 2006, and they looked at the different herds they lived in, and they noticed that each herd had subtle variation. And this has since been duplicated with like the dolphins and whales and even crows. But so they say it's more of like a between herd variation. I don't care what you call it. That's an accent to me.
So they're trying to say that it's not necessarily influenced by
Area,
geography,
geographic, yes.
or even like the farmer family. It's
Right.
about cow family.
Well, they do say that the moos can vary depending on farm region, the herd they live in, and this one I love, their emotional state and the context. So whether they're calling for a calf or they're alerting each other.
Yeah.
And they said it's more like vocal dialects, so difference in pitch and tone influenced by their surrounding, not accents. So I don't know what the difference, now that I say that, and like what this article failed to do was explain the difference, and what this study failed to do, because I looked at the actual study. What it didn't do is it didn't tell me any more information on the difference between accents and vocal dialects. What the hell is the difference? So they say, it says like no syntax or shared phonemes. I don't know that word. But dialects have differences in pitch, tone, duration influenced by their surroundings. To me, that's like an
that's
accent.
Right.
What the hell is the difference?
I can see what you're
But
saying.
the linguists are like, oh, well, it's not the same. Maybe it's not the same meaning if you took cows from one herd and moved them there, they would develop that accent though, based on this study.
Yeah. And that's whatever article I had read about the cow sounds.
Yeah.
Was focused, it didn't differentiate in some sort of weird, I don't know what that is, like this nuanced thing. It was more the linguists and animal behaviorists sort of saying like, we told you so, kind of.
Yeah.
And
I
being
love that.
like, yeah, these are highly evolved, complex creatures who are in tune with all of the noises and behaviors of whoever's around them, whether they're people or
yes,
they're cows.
totally.
And that, like, you know, like, let's say a person that they're unfamiliar with comes over to the fence and like wants to like do their dumbass human shit where we all do like moo at them or whatever. Like, they aren't into it unless they know you're safe, and you have to do certain things to like demonstrate that, and movements that are more comfortable to them.
Familiar.
Yeah, and like we don't. I mean, shout out to
me,
R.I.P.
that's a language.
Jane Goodall.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because this is all this stuff she worked on her whole life.
Yeah.
And how it probably annoyed the fuck out of her that she was always just like, they're just like she was so nice and elegant about it.
Right.
But like, that's really what the point was.
She did. You're so right. Jane Goodall spent years saying the same things in different ways.
Yeah, she's just
like, how can I pitch this in this way that maybe they'll understand, and maybe it'll show them that we can't fight like this, or we can't use like, you know, all these things, that there are a lot of metaphors.
Should have been exhausted.
Oh, I bet she was. But you know what? I think being outdoors and being in nature, it says a lot that a lot of these naturalists live a long time. You know, even when I was talking about the Stanley Hotel, like that guy did a lot in building up an area and like the nature conservation of an area. And he lived to be 91. Jane Goodall lived to be 91.
David Attenborough.
David Attenborough is like 5,000 years old. Like,
he really is. He just celebrated his 5,000.
That guy better not die. Please, can he live forever? He is, you know how in The Simpsons, they have that whole bit like in the future where they have like the president's heads or like the important people's heads like preserved. Like, I don't know if they've made him one of those people, but he needs to be a head that we preserve. He's always been on my list of like people alive or dead that you would want at a dinner party. He is always up there.
Yeah, they're really special. Both Jane and David are very special souls. Yeah. And like, I'm sure it's exhausting having to deal with our dumbasses. But like, I don't know. It's just like, is it human nature that we all want to believe we're like different from these creatures? Is that it?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that is part of, because if you look at what's the evolutionary like advantage to thinking that, like if we have a belief, there's a lot of benefit. We can see the advantage to holding on to that belief. I think even just for survival, to be able to domesticate animals and to be able to eat them, we would have to think that in some way we were better. I guarantee you that bear believes they are much superior, far superior to the salmon that it's shoving down its throat.
They are, and they are to us also in certain ways. Like, not maybe intelligence, but like strength. Yeah. Yeah. So but it's like you know, I'm sure you saw the clip that people were posting after her death from the Netflix series that she recorded that was released posthumously, like where she said, you know, your life matters. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
She recorded an interview before her death to be released upon her death.
Wow.
And it's on Netflix, and you can watch it.
Oh my God.
I was very moved by it. Because,
I will be too.
You will be, probably more than me because you're nicer, but she was doing the work, spiritual work. She was doing the spiritual work of someone who knows that they won't live forever.
Yeah.
And understands their mortality and the limited nature of our existence, and who wanted you to know that you matter, and that your life has meaning, and that it is your job to find it. And that she's imperfect, and that she has resentment and dislike for humans, certain humans.
I bet.
And wants to be rid of Trump and Elon, and she named them all.
Oh, wow. That's some bad bitch moves. Yes,
He wants
from
to put them
beyond
in a
the
spaceship
grave.
and send them to Mars where they want to live or whatever. She has no use for them. And that
She said it. Her words.
you can't take for granted the impact you can have.
That's beautiful. That's an important reminder, I think.
Yeah, because she's that, and like there are these people, obviously Fred Rogers for me, and lots of different people, even Pee Wee Herman for you,
Yeah.
that they, I mean, I'm sure that sometimes they were like, let's fucking stop, like just give up, but they didn't. And they want, hey, everybody.
And I like how she shows a humanness to that. How there's it's not just all like rainbows and sunshine. It's also,
There is an honesty to it.
yes, I like that honesty.
I do too.
I really do, because I think sometimes that's the one thing that I think Fred Rogers needed to have, to be who he was. But the one thing that I think, like, even his family or people close to him or you know.
Well, because he was ministering to children, and I don't think that he should have focused on
Right.
the
I totally agree.
darkness. But she had no obligation to sugarcoat it, and
Yes.
knew it.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
That in order for him to do his job, he has to. But somebody who we can all look up to in that way, we're like, nobody's like, oh yeah, fuck Jane Goodall. Like, nobody. That would be like, fuck you if you're like that.
you.
Yeah, like if you were like that, no, everybody likes
It's
her.
like that with Betty White.
Yes,
There's
it's
certain
like
people where
there
it's
are
like,
people.
you got a bone to pick with Betty.
Right. Yeah, you got a bone to pick with me, right? Like that. Yes, that's like that. And so
yeah,
I think sometimes those people, I like when there is this honesty about them and this humanness where they can like say what's on their heart, and we don't. And there are old people who do that, and I like when old people do that.
I like it too, and I wish, frankly, more did it, because, you know, if you're of a certain age, you know it's coming sometime soon, relatively soon. And there aren't enough people that are sort of doing what she did, which I thought was very ballsy. But like, I was listening to an interview on NPR of this guy who was one of the Israeli hostages and his family as well. And he is out now, but he was saying like what he learned, and that it doesn't matter if you drive a Mercedes, it doesn't matter if you have a big house. When you are in captivity, all that matters are people.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's the exact same thing that Elie Wiesel that he talked about. Like, that's very similar to that. Of that, in suffering you find humanness. Like that is that in those dark moments.
Tacks.
Yeah,
What fucking matters?
That's what will help you survive, and the difference between life or death.
Okay, Sarah. Here's what you need to walk me through then. I forget if we actually talked about this recently, but Sarah, you know, as a therapist, there's a lot of moments where you are being called upon to do the work for people who are suffering. And if there's a cultural event or a political event that is really terrifying, your work gets harder.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody is simultaneously suffering.
Yeah.
And you are expected to rise to that. And that is challenging.
Yeah.
And
but what I love to do
you.
and what I signed up to do. Yeah.
But that's the work that you chose.
Yes.
And I forget if we spoke about it or not, but I know that even within Brain Candy, we have read for Candy Club these Holocaust survivor memoirs, right? And we're so inspired by it, you know? And we are always like, it's so beautiful. And like their messages are so poignant and so important. And like we think we're absorbing it. But then like Trump will say like one thing. And we're like, forget it.
It's not until that danger really is right at your doorstep that I think it becomes a reality and you switch into that survival mode. And I feel like this is not a good example, but in a weird way illustrates my point. When I'm camping, I will accept any level of cleanliness of my plate and my spoons and my fork. Like, I'm just like, wipe it off with a towel. If it drops in the dirt, I pick it up. Anything goes. I always say it's camp clean. Like, it's like a new level clean. If you were to bring that, I would never in my home accept that same level of cleanliness. Like that, I'd be like, oh, that's filthy. We got to wash that. That's terrible.
Yeah, like we like to think that standards are absolute, but they aren't.
They are not. Our standards will change based on the conditions and the environment, what's available to us, the resources that are available. When I'm camping, I don't have the resource of fresh running water. So my standards go way down.
Everything is relative.
Everything. So I think it's that. It's whatever that is on a bigger scale, sort of. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. And I love it. And I think it's an important thing to remember. But I notice that particularly with like white women.
Right.
And white women get real
the ones who are not
when I point
struggling
it out.
in the situation they're in. But are exposed, might be...
They're dialed in. They are seeing shit happen and they don't like, and I don't like it either.
And that'll have an effect on you.
And it can, and those are real things, but it's not the same as being under assault.
Right. But your brain will believe it, will think it is, if you continue to expose it to that, and you continue to almost use that empathy for... It's exactly why Mr. Rogers said, look for the helpers. Because he knows that if you look for those, your brain will start to say, oh, good, people are helping. Oh, good, there's things we could do. And it'll start getting on that positive track. If your brain looks at the despair and the destruction, then it will become helpless. And it will start to believe that there is nothing that can be done. That is why I think so many oppressed groups throughout history have found joy in dance, in community, in connection, in art, and that's been their survival, because they're like, we can't look out here and we can't look at what we have to we have to find the joy, and that doesn't mean we have to find happiness, but we're going to find joy. Which you can have joy at a funeral when you guys all share in a laugh together over your deceased loved one. But that doesn't mean you're happy that you're there.
Yeah. Wish you were, that's right. You wish you were not at the funeral.
Right.
But if you are, there are things to be joyful about.
That's what we need to do here.
And so Sarah's doing the Lord's work. That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, that's the work. To point all that out is important work.
And this is a time where like I have to remind myself all the time that this is why so much of our work as therapists was about the care, like self-care of the therapist, like the therapist, the self, because we can't bring our own shit in there. We have to be this like mirror and hold the space. And so I have to do, and it's great that I know what I need to do, and I know the tools to use, and I have these tools that I know the importance of getting outside and being in nature and physical activity and
connection,
dancing, and go into some gay line dancing on a Thursday night, because it's literally for my mental health and for my ability to show up and be there for clients. And yeah, thank God I'm a gal who doesn't have kids. That's who I really I feel for, are the therapists who have children, who have their own family, who have to do this, who then have to be strong not only for their family and the children, and so they can't. I've gotten off sessions before and like been like, oh, that was it, like, oh, I need a good cry, you know. But then if you had kids there who are also looking at you to say like, okay, I need you to be stoic and you need to give me information about my own safety right now in this moment, you can't do that. You got to compartmentalize even more. So it's like, shout out to the therapist moms out there.
Oh, that's nice, Sarah.
Those ladies are really, and dads, I'm sure, but mostly moms.
Not really.
But, like only if you're in a gay household. Like talking about.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah.
And shout out to Sarah, all the mental health professionals. And shout out to Hailey, because they are supporting the Brain Candy podcast, and we are supporting them because guess what? If you're a dater, if you're a single person, if you are on the market, and you were like, I've freaking had it, right? Which I'm getting the sense that's all of you, given the anecdotal evidence.
Well, we need to remember that online dating is similar to dating in real life, in that the environment that you're in and the culture of that space does a lot to impact your experience there. You're going to have a different experience at a park or a coffee shop than you would at a nightclub. Yeah. And so sometimes the apps can feel more like a nightclub. And if you want it to feel more like a park or a coffee shop where it's safe, where there are safeguards in place, where everybody is aware of consent and
decorum.
And
Jesus.
Yes. And like, that's a part of the culture of the space. You are automatically going to filter out a lot of the people that you don't want to be dating. And I think that is like the best.
It is the best. And if you are somebody that is on the market and wants that, but doesn't want to deal with the shit show that is most apps, Hailey is for you. If somebody is trying to send you a nude or a suggestive text, that's all right. But you are going to get an alert, and it's going to be like, are you into this? You want this? And you can just say yes or no. And then if you're into it, hey, party time. But if you're not, that's okay too. And that feels really good. And it's basically a consent guard. That's what they call it. So it's like empowering you and allowing you to decide like what you're comfortable with, what you're into, and what you're not. And as Sarah and I said before, frankly, the consent guard is great, but like no jackass is going to join an app that has that.
That's right. You're going to get the right kind of guys, and they're going to be
they're like, yeah, I'm not going to be that guy.
On both sides, men and women, because
I know, but I'm sorry.
Too. Yeah. No,
you're right, Sarah. Yeah. But that's why you will feel safer with Hailey. So if you want to feel safer in online dating, download Hailey, which is Hiley, from the App Store or Google Play, or check out Hailey.com. That's Hiley.com. Date as you are, just safer with Hailey. All right.
Okay.
Any last thoughts?
Yes. Oh, okay, good. This is a perfect last one because it's just like a little story thrown there. Tell me what you think about this. first of all, I want you to think back to high school and think about the bathroom policies about going to the bathroom and like how frequently you had to do that, all that. Arrowhead Union High School, I don't know where this is. I want to say it's in Wisconsin. They have introduced an electronic e-pass that limits students to 3 bathroom passes per day and 7 per week. How do you feel about this?
Boo!
What fucking male came up with this idea?
Male and someone that doesn't have IBS with constipation.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What waspy male came up with this?
Like, you know that joke that Sarah Silverman does about when there's a sign at like a hotel pool. It's like, if you've had diarrhea in the last 10 days. And she's like, just say it. No Jews allowed.
That's what this is. It's like,
are you
this
kidding
is anti-Semitic.
me?
Right.
It's anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
And anti-woman. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. And also anti-athlete too. There's a cross-country runner who says that this punishes kids for staying hydrated. That if you're hydrated 3 times a day, what if you're on your period?
What if you're on your period? What if you just had a lot of water?
Yeah,
what
and so some students reported avoiding using the bathroom all day.
I hate this.
And the schools...
This is it. This is a ticket.
Well, the administration said that it insists that this is about control and efficiency. And the superintendent says the system ensures safety, curbs misuse, and teaches responsibility. No.
What kind of safety?
Like, I think it's like no smoking in the boys' room kind of thing. Right.
Not UTI safety.
No, right, absolutely. Not my health down there.
Okay. Okay, here's what I will give you. The bathroom situation for middle schoolers or high schoolers, it is a nightmare. These fools. It's sort of like on reality TV, to be honest with you. Because it's the only place without cameras, both in middle school and on reality TV.
Oh, and the kids know that?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I think there's something to that if the whole school is under surveillance and there's only one area that's not, and you're aware of it, you're going there as a kid.
You're going to party in the urinal. It feels
like we were doing less shit because there were no cameras before.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Or did I just hang out with a bunch of fucking squares? Because that could also be the case. I don't know about the dark web.
That happened too. I mean, people were smoking in the boys' room.
Like, nobody ever offered me drugs. So that's like...
Remember when you told that story about going to a party and there was like Coke on the table? And I was like, I wouldn't even know what that looked like.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was an adult then. I was post Real World and I was in LA and I was like, what is this? This is not the environment for me. No, no, no.
I swear if I went to one now and there was like all that Coke, duty. I'd be like, why is there powdered sugar?
Right.
Yeah.
You guys making gingerbread houses?
Sugar cookies?
Yeah. Yeah. Sugar cookies. That is like Jim Gaffigan's skit right there.
Yeah, that is.
Sugar cookies?
Sugar cookies?
Sugar cookies?
At this time?
Such a good... That's a fucking good joke! Why aren't we writing other people's jokes?
It's true, because if you saw white powder
absolutely
at a party you'd go to, you definitely wouldn't assume it were cocaine.
No, not like that. Well, I would now in LA in that setting.
At that kind of party.
Correct. But not at my party.
Right.
At our party, we're making sugar cookies.
What happened to the glue gun? Like, you'd be like, it'd be something about crafts or baking.
I would be like, oh, we're getting an early start on our Christmas crafts. This is the snow. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a snow, all right.
Right.
But, this bathroom thing is a problem.
Yeah.
But the way to solve it,
ain't that.
If you're going to have cameras everywhere but the bathroom, then you have to have a different kind of surveillance in the bathroom if you want to. You don't limit the
times. It's
like
all of them are going in there to smoke their little vape pens. Like, what are they like? I think they just need
vaping.
I think if they put really, really sensitive like vape alarms in there, which I don't even know if those exist. And then it like turned on the water, like the rain down. You'd only need that to happen one time, and then the whole school would be like, you can't vape in there. Like you'll turn on, like the sprinkler system knows. Like you just need that room. Or what we need is like the equivalent to don't pee in a pool because the chlorine will turn your pee a different color and everybody can see.
I've
like
always
that
wanted
sort
to
of
invent
thing.
that for farts.
Oh yeah, a visible fart.
Yeah, like if you farted, the air around you turns a color or something.
Yes, fart
'Cause
detector.
I have fucking had it with you.
Fart detector. Yeah.
I cannot live like this.
Who can? You're right.
Well, because we're civilized, Sarah.
Well,
I've never heard you fart.
Never heard you fart. You're never going to.
You never will.
Never going to.
I would die. Like, if there's a way to die from not farting.
But can I tell you something funny that my girlfriend said that now I have to share? She has I think this might have been her family that referred to this. Like if there's one they're not a fart. Nobody's farting, first of all, just
like,
so we're clear.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes you really got to go and then one sneaks out and it's a real smelly one. They call that a poop jacket.
Why?
Because it's like the jacket of the poop came off. And that's what you're smelling is the poop jacket.
Oh my God. The fact that this happened enough to name it.
Now it has now you have a name for it too.
Have you ever smelled her poop jacket?
No, she's a perfect little angel and does
she
nothing
is.
wrong.
No,
And
I
everything
know.
is rainbows and butterflies and sunshine and
Yeah,
glitter.
she's very civilized for sure.
She is very civilized.
Oh, but that's the thing. I am attracted to men.
I know. I'm so sorry for you. They're gross. Yes, we know.
Wait, that reminds me. I had a question for you.
Okay.
Oh, I watched this short film that ended up on. It may have been the New Yorker, but may have been like Wired or something. But it was women describing what it's like to orgasm.
Oh, okay.
And one of the women describing it, it was like a 10-minute film. It was cute. But one of the women was saying like the difference between like having that with women
Okay.
and
Yes.
men.
Yes.
And I wanted to, and then I was like, well, I am in luck because now I can ask because you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you haven't had one with both. I don't actually know that to be true.
No, I have.
Okay. Is
way better
there,
with a woman.
because in their description, it was like, if you are having that experience with someone who has had the same experience.
Oh, yeah.
Identically,
Yeah.
that's different. Okay.
They know what, and it's almost like, okay, how do you think about this? It's the difference between rushing through your dessert or savoring it.
Oh.
You know what I mean by that? And how you would, have you ever eaten food in front of TV and then you're like, did I already eat that? Like I had this experience the other fucking day. I made, I got these like homemade tortillas and I was heating them one up in the toaster oven and then I ate it and then I was like, oh, that was so delicious. And then I was like, did I only eat half it or did I eat the whole thing? And I went back to look in the toaster oven for it. Nope, already ate it. But like no conscious, not like aware that I ate it. But at the time while I was eating it, I bet I was satisfied and I enjoyed it. But if you were to eat something, but you're like aware,
Really?
like you're mindfully eating
In
it,
the
and then
moment.
you're like are out at dinner, and then you like have that one last bite and you save it, and then you savor that last bite. And it would be like if as you were savoring that last bite, somebody came out from behind and offered you a second bite of what you were just savoring. That's what it feels like with a woman because they do the things to make it go a little bit longer. That's the best way to describe it. Did that lady say the same thing? Yeah. She did?
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it.
Just that if somebody knows what you're having, what your experience is right now,
what's going to happen. Yeah.
that's going to improve it.
Right.
Because you know what you would want.
Yeah.
And then they can provide that. And if those, and that can go either way.
Shout out to my girlfriend.
It's the same for two fellas.
Yeah,
Versus,
yeah, totally,
you know what I mean?
Totally. They can get there way faster. They know. Yeah,
Okay, here's what we're doing.
absolutely.
But when you have, it's almost like what is unnatural.
Right, man and woman together. Crazy
Truly.
talk for me.
That feels like
I have
wrong.
heard that from men that women are too gentle with their equipment, and I know as a woman that men are too rough with ours.
That's for sure.
So I think what we have is a mismatch in
Sarah has given
equipment.
a great description of what makes a really good experience for
Yes.
gals
yes,
when the fellas go downtown.
yes,
And I feel like it would really be nice if you shared that.
yes. Okay, so here's what you have to tell your partners. You tell them that it is the force, the equivalent to how much pressure it would take if you had a stack of paper, a stack of like loose leaf, like printer paper, and you were trying to get only 2 sheets of paper off of that stack with your fingers or tongue. 2 pieces, not 7,
Not 7.
not 50, and not 1. Because what are we doing here? 2 pieces. Just like that. Just like that.
2 pieces.
2 pieces of paper.
If you just wanted the 2.
Yep.
Not
That
not
actually
7.
is a very, you know how I'm an idea factory? I'm just like giving people ideas for books, whatever. Here's my idea for the best Instagram reel. You'll go viral. TikTok reel. Mm-hmm. It's no talking. Just you, woman, in the frame. Serious
Yes.
face. Stack of paper. 2 fingers on the pile. Light stroke, deadpan look into the camera.
2.
And that's all you do. And everybody will know what you're talking about.
I know women will know what you're talking about.
Dude, I swear to God, if those fucking men don't know what we're talking about.
Sarah, when you told me this illustration, I just felt like you should win some sort of Nobel Prize. Because they don't get it.
They don't.
And I was like, what do we need to do to get her on some sort of platform?
Would a podcast help?
Yeah. But none of them are listening.
I know. But we'll make a
but
clip.
thanks
It'll
for
be fun.
trying anyway.
I do what I can,
Ladies, if you're watching this, send it to a guy you love.
Yes.
Send it to a straight guy you love.
Tag a man who needs a lesson in the comment section below. You're welcome.
Truly. All right, Sarah, I love you.
Love you.
We did good work today, but mostly you.
Well, it's a
If you would like any of our
team.
codes, go to thebraincandypodcast.com. If you want our reality TV content, go to patreon.com/braincandy, and we will see you next time. We love you.